All right, hello, good afternoon. It is a beautiful, beautiful, nice spring day in May. Finally, we're getting some great weather. So I'm outside on my deck. Barbara's outside her deck. As always, Patty and Vivian are inside their little studios with some great ideas for you today. We've got legs coming at you, okay? So before I start though, I want to introduce all of my greatest trainer friends I've ever met in my life. Barbara O'Donnell. Whoops, wrong way. Patty Chin is in her upstairs studio. Vivian, whoops, I'm always pointing the wrong way. Vivian Rain is in her studio. And we met several years ago when we trained in Norton together, and it's such a pleasure to work with these gals. So, and we know that people are confined at home, so we got lots of things for you to do. Again, we're going to hit some legs. We've got quads, we've got hamstrings, we've got calves, and we're going to show you how to hit all those muscles from various positions. If you don't have weights at home, I'm going to do some body weight. Vivian's got Barbara's going to have sliders, Vivian's got bands, and Patty's going to do a little body weight. And she's got some sleeves that she was able to put, weighted sleeves she's got on her legs, okay? So lots of things. If you don't have this equipment at home, you should be fine. You've got lots of body weight stuff to do too. The key is just to move, right? Move, move, move. That's all we can say, right? All right, without further ado, Barbara, here we go. We got some legs for you.
Okay, it's a hamstring curl using sliders, furniture movers. So I'm going to use 2 furniture movers, 1 on each leg. And you can use a mat or a towel, whatever. I'm going to lift my hips off the ground, my belly squeezing my butt, my belly's nice and tight. And I'm going to bring my heels to my butt as my hips rise up to the step. And slide back down, still keeping the core nice and tight and not letting my butt touch. This is a real hard exercise. You want to start off a little easier. You drop your butt down, bend one leg, and just do one leg at a time. And then switch.
I love it. Awesome. Nice.
There you go.
All right. I love Gracie sleeping in the background too.
I know. Great, huh?
Awesome, Barb. Thank you. All right, Miss Patty, over to you. Okay.
Hi, everyone. I'm here this morning going to do a hamstring heel curl. A little bit opposite. Barb was sliding up in towards her body. My body is going to be sliding down into my heels. I'm going to be taking my hands and placing them on the outside of my hips. I'm going to flex my foot, both of my feet forward. I'm going to push into my triceps, lifting up. So I'm about just enough to get my butt off the ground. Doesn't have to be high. Just enough to lift up. My feet are hip width apart. I'm going forward. Now my body, as I said, still in the air. I'm squeezing in. When I push away, I'm staying up, extending, still in the air, coming forward. As I push away from my heels, I'm causing more resistance, and I'm locking right out, pulling them out. Going back, pushing out. One more time, going forward and pushing out. Hamstring, and we let it down. Hamstring, heel curl.
I love that one. I love that one. That is so cool.
Awesome.
All right, nice. All right, Vivian, over to you.
All right, I have 3 different types of bands here. They're different resistance. You can get them online or maybe at the store. These are perform better. It has a phone number right on there. I don't know if you can see that. But blue is the hardest, green is medium, and yellow is the easiest. And the more proficient you get, you'll go up in the bands colors. Or you can put them on your feet, ankles, or higher up in the legs. So if you put them on your feet like this is going to be harder. Put them on your ankles, that's not as hard. Up here is the easiest, all right? So there's 3 different levels, and you can keep that same band. I'm not gonna use the blue, I'll use the green, but I just wanted to demonstrate the different parts of your body on your legs that you can put the band on. So we're gonna do lateral blocks for your medial glute, the side glute right here, okay? And you can do them in different sequences, like you can do 4 side steps back and forth 4 times. I'm gonna do a 6 count and bring it down on the even number. So I'll do 6, 4, 2, and then end with a hot feet run. All right, so here I go. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we got 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 2, 2, 2, 2, and then we have hot feet. Oh, you might feel a little burn. And you can do the hot feet for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15, whatever you want to do. And you're done, right there.
I love it.
And I have another one. I'm going to do a little lighter. This is for balance and still getting that medial glute. So I got the yellow band. I'm going to put it on my ankles. All right. This is for balance and getting that medial glute. So here we go. You stand about feet hip distance apart, soften the knees, pull the belly in, squeeze your glutes. So I'm going to step on that left leg, pick up that right leg, and just kick it out. For 10 right here. And you get your 10, and then you're going to go to the other side.
That's a tough one.
Those 2 exercises, 2 sets, you'll be burning.
Oh, I'm burning watching you, Vivian. That's awesome. Love it.
That's good.
All right. So, Barbara, you want to go back to you? I forgot. Or yeah, we're going back to you. Right?
So
Yep.
I'm going to sit squat. So I just have a chair here. And different ways to make it harder would be you could pick up a weight if you have weights, or I have laundry soap because I don't have weights here. And there's a few different variations. I'm going to stand up, my belly nice and tight, my feet about shoulder width apart. And then I'm going to drop my hips back, not letting my knees come in front of my toes. I'm going to sit and come back up, kind of driving through my heels, but keeping my full foot on the floor. To make that harder, I'm going to go ahead and grab a weight. Keep it in nice and close. Exhale on exertion. Sit right down. If I want to make it even harder, I could hold one right above my head like this. One arm out for balance.
Nice.
There's your sit squat.
Yeah, nice. I love it, Barb. I love it. All right, beautiful. So again, some basic things we can do from home. Everybody's got laundry detergent. Well, we hope, right? Unless you're washing your clothes in the box somewhere, right? All right, over to Patty. Patty's got one more set to show us here.
Okay, so I'm going to do a different version of a hamstring. If you have someone at home that wants to hold on to your ankles, make it a little bit easier. I'm going to be falling literally down onto the ground with some control. I got my abs nice and tight. I'm coming up, got my hips over my knees. I'm going to be in this position with my hands up. I'm going to fall forward, down, and the hamstrings up, going down, squeezing up, coming up, down, nice and controlled, pushing off, and one last time, down, pushing off, squeezing up, pull for the last one. If you got enough to hold on, that's great. If you don't, just squeeze tight. Of course, you got a little more burn everywhere, so you can build up to that one.
That is a tough one. Oh,
That's a tough one.
All right, I'm up. I think I'm not gonna do Malasana squat, you guys, because Barbara did a sit squat, so it's pretty much the same. So I'm gonna hit the front of the legs. See if I can move this over here. Make sure you guys can see me okay. So I'm gonna hit the front of the legs, the quads, okay? And I'm also gonna get calves in too, okay? Now make sure you guys make no mistake about it, especially the squat type of moves. Barbara did a squat move. You're still getting hamstrings. You're still getting quads. You're still getting calves. Everything's firing, but a squat, you're going to get a little bit more quad engagement, okay? So again, some of these moves, all of the muscles are coming in, but there's a little bit of an isolation here, okay? So I'm going to start with, okay. I'm going to start with something for the quad. We all have been to the gym and we've sat on that leg extension machine where you'd sit and send your legs forward. Well, let me do a little chair here to show you. We've all been to the gym and sat in the leg extension machine with a little bar across us and we come on out, right? And come on out. Or you can do one leg at a time, right? One leg at a time, working the top of the legs. I just want to talk a little bit about why concentrating on the front of the legs with an isolation move is important. all day we stand up, we sit down, we walk around, and we always get the outer sweep of the quad. We call that the vastus lateralis, the outside. So what happens is our patella starts to track a little bit, and sometimes people get a little bit, you know, feeling their knees are tweaky, their knees are achy, right, gang? We all hear that, right? So if you're working on an extension, you're working the medial head, the inner part of the quad. So that kind of helps bring the patella back in line just a little bit more, okay? So that's why it's important to do squats, but also to make sure that we're doing some more isolated moves too for the quads, okay? So that's what we're gonna do right now. And if you've done yoga before, you've done this move a million times. Let's go to the side here. Can you guys see me okay?
Very well.
So we're gonna stand here nice and tall. I'm gonna anchor my left leg down and just bring my right leg up. Now, I don't want you to lean forward or lean back. I want you to bring the leg just as high as you feel you can hold it. If it's here, great. If it's here, great. But I want you to flex the foot because that's how you're gonna bring that medial head in, okay? So again, anchor the left leg down, flex the foot, and just come on out with it. And keeping that knee to the hip in line, okay? Now, if you wanna get really fancy and add a little bit of a V here. We call this victory pose in yoga. Now you get a little bit of balance as well. Okay, here's the front view. So we're here. And again, try not to lean forward or lean back. Keep your body nice and straight. That's why I showed you the side view. You can get them the left side too. So anchor the right leg down and do the same on both legs. Okay, so important because we can't get back to the gym just yet. We can really put some weight on that inner vastus medialis. Still important though, okay? Keeping that patella nice and tracked to the center, okay? Let's get some calves in. So I've got a couple of moves here. We can start with a little bit wider squat. You guys see my feet? There we go. Start with a little bit wider squat. I'm just gonna take a nice little plate. You can use, like Barbara said, you can use dumbbells, you can use laundry soap, anything that weighs a little bit, got a little heft to it. Just gonna add this for some balance. So we turn out, a little bit of a wide squat, heels are slightly wider than hips. We come on down, we can keep the plate right here, coming up onto our toes. So heels, toes, and our knees are tracking right in line with the toes. So you notice my knees are out just a little bit here. So I'm here, and you can come on up if you want to add the overhead, driving up. So right here, you're getting hamstring, you're getting quad, and you're getting calf when you come up to the toes, okay? So lots of stuff going on there, all right? So.
That's very good, I like it.
So, gals, anything else we want to add? I mean, we got legs today. I think we got everybody in here, right?
Yeah.
Patty, some parting words, what do you got?
I just want to say that I think everyone noticed that when we're lifting and engaging the core and the moves that we did today, our heart rates got increased faster. And sometimes that happens with different muscle groups that we're using, the heart rate goes up. I know I've often had people get a little nervous when they think their heart rate's going up, oh, something's wrong, I haven't even done many repetitions. So just something to make a mental note of, that different moves cause that to happen naturally.
Yeah.
Energy is expended.
Yep, good. Well, excellent point, Patty. Barb, what do you got? Anything?
Yeah, I just kind of go by this rule of thumb. Exercise gives off endorphins. Endorphin makes you feel good.
Right.
Feeling good, you make better choices, and happiness is a choice.
It's all cyclical. Yep. Excellent.
Right.
I love it. I love it. Vivian, what are you going to leave us with?
I'm going to leave with, these are all maybe new exercises in your toolbox, and you might be a little bit sore because they're new and muscle has memory. And so you may be a little bit sore the next day and the previous day, but that's okay. Just keep moving the next day.
Yeah. And lastly, I'll say, thank you so much, Vivian. I think it's important to note you shouldn't do the same things every day or the same body parts. People ask, this is another question I get all the time. Should I do abs every day or crunches every day? And I think we'd all say, no. Would you do biceps every day? No. Would you do, calves every day? Space it out a little bit. Give yourself, like Vivian said, give yourself some time to recover, move on to a different set of body parts. And you can get a couple of body parts in a couple of times a week, but you should never do them 2 days in a row. Because if you're lifting with enough weight to challenge yourselves, whether it's body weight or, some type of heavy implement that you've got, you're going to put a little resistance and you're going to feel that burn, like Vivian said, because it's going to be something new. So challenge yourself, space it out, keep it fun. That's the most important thing, right? Do something fun, right? Do
Yeah.
it with your family, run around, whatever it is that gets your heart rate up. Because
Yep.
Barb was absolutely right. You feel good about yourself, all of life gets better. Okay. All right, listen, we'll be back next week. What are we doing next week? I think we're back to chest and triceps again, right? Shoulders, something like that. All right, look for us. The Aim for Stronger women. Have a great day. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye.